Very good morning. It's Monday. What is it? June 12th. Can you imagine we're already halfway through June? Well, I hope this finds everybody well. I know the smoke of the fires is doing better, at least down to, it was still bad yesterday around Maryland, but I'm still working on praying for that every day. So, what an experience, huh? Yes. And I do have energy going out. I did find an article to read more about the 30 children chase and that they've not been missing together, but at different times. And so I don't want you to think that I'm not working with all these things. But thank you for bringing it up. So here we are today on Eye of Horus Day. So I thought the journey that we would go on today and start is a deeper development of the heart. And I can't imagine anyone not wanting to do that. But before we start, we best set up our energy, right? And say hello to everybody. I've already set protection up around the group. So let's welcome Mother and Father down into all our hearts. And here we'll call in once again, the beautiful Lord Gautama Buddha to bring his beautiful blue flame out around the group, and as anyone here joins it, as we welcome the phylums of the angels and the ascended masters and all those of a close or faraway universe that are paths of light that they're following are welcome to come and to sit with us. So we'll say our mantra. I am the soul. I am the light divine. I am love. I am will. I am fixed design. And yes, I guess I should ask, can you hear me? So while I say hello to people, someone let me know that you see me and hear me and that everything's working. All right, so good morning to Chase. Well, that's a very beautiful comment. Thank you. Oh, messages from the heavens, huh? And Cavell, good morning. Kathy Marino. And yes, Chase, we are all thrilled that you're feeling better. And good morning, Anik. Barbara Ward. Always lovely to see you here. And yes, Barbara tells me they can see and hear me very well. All right. So we didn't say our mantra. I went right to talking to people. All right. So I am the soul. I am the light divine. I am love. I am will. I am fixed design. Take a breath. So, one of the most curious parts of our journey and in constant reference is our hearts. And as we know, because we call in Mother, Father every day to come into our hearts, it's a process of deepening that relationship, of allowing a greater process of consciousness to radiate through us at a quicker and more refined frequency And that's what's going to bring more awareness to you, more perception as you hear things and see things. It isn't that they're growing, it's that you're growing. And so I want to give you a couple techniques that you can begin to work with for the next couple weeks, even though we'll see each other. Your light quotient, it's called, all the little cells and how fast they're moving and how much they're radiating light can be from 0 to 100%. And very rare is it to find someone at 100%. Usually 30 to 50, for everyday people. But we can all begin to increase this and find that you're not only going to sense it in your hands, but you're going to feel it deep inside. It's going to awaken various parts of you beyond what you may already have been able to do. And it's only a positive. There's no negative to it, unless you don't want to feel or see more, And thank you, everyone, for responding. I don't ever want to have to go through that again, that you didn't hear and see me. So, it's very simple what we're going to do. We're going to take our whole right hand. It's the doer. And 9 times we're going to make a clockwise movement around our heart. 1. Think about it. 2. You can even rub your fingers together as you do it if you want. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Let's just sit there a minute and see what you feel. Our intention is to reach a deeper level of our heart. So now I'm going to tell you what they're doing afterwards. We're going to go 9 counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I always like to use the fingertips because this is the combination of your third eye and your crown. Fingertips are enlivened for sight and perception. So the more you have an opportunity to use them and to awaken them is very powerful. Let's see. Now, if you hadn't seen something, you may be seeing something now. Enough light, because what people don't realize, to have a greater sight, you have to have more light. You have to have your consciousness raised higher, and that will make the difference. Now, when we moved clockwise, we were calling on the heart of God to come deeper into our heart. When we went the other way, we were bringing God into our heart. All of which is a good thing. Because the more love you can bring in, the more love not only you're going to experience, but everyone else around you will experience and wonder what's different. What made you change? So I would like you to try to do this 3 times a day for the next 2 weeks. And you should begin to feel somewhat of a difference as you're calling that deep within. So let's do it together again. First, and I know it depends on whether you see the clock on you or away from you. So let's know we see the clock on us. So therefore, first I'm going to go clockwise. Down the left and up to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, what you're going to recognize is it isn't always going to be right here. You're going to start feeling the energies growing, and maybe you'll do it further out, and then further out. This is going to heighten your sensibility to feel energy, to feel love, and to know what the texture and what it says to you each time. So let's do the counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, from my experience, even for who I am, I can feel once that I'm done both, there's a refinement. There's something that wasn't in the first, or if we started with the other, it's about the two of them together. And that's important. So if anyone can, we're going to sit for a moment and then let me know how you feel. Breathe into your heart. And are your fingers and hands talking to you? What did you sense with them? What do you sense from your heart? 2 places. There's a depth deep inside your heart that you're not quite perhaps yet aware of. You think of your heart, you think of here, you know you have a heart inside, but energetically there's a deep, deep experience of the truth deep inside you that's beyond what you can understand yet. And that's where we're wanting to go. Deeper and deeper in to the love that's available to you. Okay. So, does anyone have any comments, questions? How did it feel? I can feel more light radiating from each of you, but the question then is, can you? Mm-hmm. Okay, Chase. My body is vibrating and felt so much compassion and love. Thank you for mentioning that. It is going to deepen your ability to touch that. Now, we've done it a couple times. That doesn't mean that's going to be it. I want you to try to do it 3 times over the next couple weeks. And let's see how different tapping into love feels to each of you, or compassion, because that's going to be a huge hurdle on the experience forward. And then Annick says her heart is bigger and radiating love. Great. Barbara Ward. I felt lighter and more spacious, like some density was being removed. Very possible. What is God's magic? It's the depth of His and Mother's love. So, this is good. This is very good. So, if you can remember, 9 times clockwise, and if you rub your fingers, it's going to awaken this ability for healing and sensitivity. Even with those who want to have visual insight, to add this piece to it is very powerful. It like hones it in specifically. For instance, if I'm doing a healing and it's about someone's liver, I'll say liver, and it'll take me right there with my vision, you see, so that you can find patterns. Then 9 times counterclockwise. And let me repeat what we're doing here. So first clockwise, we're bringing the heart of God in from the great central sun to your heart. Secondly, all of God is coming into your heart. We got it all covered. And what's going to happen is this heart is just going to grow. Now, yes, stuff may come up, because what we know as light emerges, whatever's been in the way, in struggle, sadness, whatever might have to come up and release, but you're going to have more love to embrace it. Great. Any questions? Felt very deeply moved. You know, we wonder what love to word, but what we want to do as we move on our journey is to really sense it. Not that we can even maybe not bring words to it, it's beyond words, but that ability to know that's what it is what we're trying to determine. And then know, and what you're going to do is even watch it grow. Perhaps if you're just touching this powerful thing, you might, wow, is that it? Well, it's maybe that times a million as you keep going. And this is a beginning. Yes. Take a breath if you feel tightness as it's wanting to start, retreat, or we'll do it again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, here it goes. 7, 8, 9. And it's going to have you relax, feel safe. Lots of things to another depth than what you've been able to do before. We'll go to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, wishable. Now, interesting. We go to the back of your heart. something has happened. What could that be? Would it still be in the same place it was before? No, not possible. So the back of the heart, that which is where we feel betrayal to ourselves, betrayal from other people, it's all going to start to open up and have you, without even a conscious awareness, not see the need for that anymore, to think that way. Slowly but surely, that will happen. You might now start to have it go, oh, where's that coming from? But what we're doing is changing consciousness, you see. Good morning, Warby. Thank you for coming. So, how you perceive and are in separation is going to start unseparating itself as you work with the unification of Mother's heart, Father's heart, and begin to become a beholder of that. Yes, everybody did well. And it's going to refine the light that you hold. You have to be patient with this. So I hear a question. Can we do the same thing with other chakras? Yes, you could, but yet it's not necessary. And I wonder who can understand that as of why. You notice when we start, I call Mother, Father into our heart. I don't say Mother and Father into my throat. The heart is kind of like the hub down through the chakra system. And when it went to begin to open for each of you, it went throughout it. I don't know if anyone could feel that yet. So there's no need to have to take the time to go through every chakra unless perhaps you're on a specific healing for something. But this technique is to be done in the heart. And I'm going to write this down for today's date. And we're going to see in 2 weeks what kind of differences you're experiencing, not only in how you feel and interpret light, but how you think has changed. Because that's what consciousness is doing, is having your perception change about things. Like I mentioned about betrayal. Maybe you'll discover that, wow, I didn't really know love could be this deep. And then you have to recontemplate how you love you or love others. And you'll begin, as you work with it, to understand how we can have a love and just be able to let things go and surrender. Because that is the quality of it. If you're someone yet that hasn't quite gotten that, this is going to help you get there, by bringing the depth of love, like Annick says, bigger and radiating. If you're bigger in light and love and radiating that light and love, there isn't that need of I'm right, I'm wrong, or being a victim. All these other things that through life have made life challenging for us. So, go away. The heart is where love starts and so connected. Yes, and you're going to discover, I'm not going to say a new heart, but a heart that's been there waiting for you to embrace it gently, give it light, and feel how it opens like a lotus. In the end, it will be a lotus. But let's see where you get it in 2 weeks. So how did you like our journey today? Yes, there are many more things to say about it, but I want to give you this time to discover. She says up here, I must have missed it. My body is vibrating and I felt so much compassion and love. It's all good. And 3 times a day, it's going to change your life. Very simple. It was beautiful. So, simple things. And remember what God is. He's simple. It's not about pulling this chain, taking this wire, doing this and that. No. It's about counting to 9 twice and making circles. And as we go along, we'll find out that there's a profound reason for being circles. But we don't need to complicate it today. I want you to be able to enjoy the simplicity of it and discover how easy, along with some challenges, the path is and how you grow and become more. Okay? Anything else anyone has a question about? Certainly our world is in an uproar right now. So let's just hold the love in our hearts, knowing that whatever is the highest and best good for America and every individual is going to come forward. And as we do so, yes, Chase, I'll be right there. Consciousness will change and America will find its way. So Chase is asking, will this help the auras as well? Yes, consciousness is the aura. So if my heart would be this big and a beautiful emerald green, and it would be just a real thin little piece of an aura. But when my heart is this big, and then it becomes a great large aura, because there's more love, there's more light, there's a quickening in the vibration, and it finds its strength from within the cellular structure of that quickness to be able to hold it steady. So, yes, the answer is yes. And there's those of you who will feel your aura at one point, and maybe not in 2 weeks, but eventually you will, and others will see it. Thank you. It's a beautiful practice. Well, do you understand that's taking you beyond the sadness that a part of you may think would be necessary, but the conscious truth is the strength and the embrace of the love. Very good. Thank you for sharing that. So you got beyond something where you were getting stuck at, and it's moving. Love it. Just love it. The gift of becoming a loving being is to not empower the emotions. That's the second chakra. Because when you finally reach where you can not be in the empowerment of the emotions, and you can allow that entire chakra to become creative, you become a part of that which is in development, which is either of yourself or of that which is around you. So then you listen and perceive and respond in a different frequency and vibration than from that lower vibration of the emotional state. So how wonderful is that? And let's see where you're going to be in 2 weeks. That's going to be interesting to hear. Does everybody understand? You're going to change. 9, 9. 9 is the number of completion, but it certainly is never going to tell us that we're complete with our heart. It is an ongoing practice. But as we go, I will guide you, and there might be a little happiness found in this, or joy. How about that? We could all use a little bit of joy. And people go, gosh, everything's crazy. What's wrong with you? Because you're seeing the truth. This is all the illusion that's playing out. And when enough people get to where they're understanding it's not necessary, just like feeling the sadness was no longer necessary, then the truth will reveal itself. You see, we are the victim to our own perception, if you can understand that. You are what you think. So as we raise consciousness and have the capacity of our thoughts to not be stuck in the place where they are, that's why healing's so important. And you can begin to open it up, crack it open, and bring love and light into it, then the whole experience shifts and you transform and you become pure. Well, I'm glad you liked this beautiful session, Chase. I enjoyed it too. I can just feel radiance everywhere and warmth. I don't know if any of you can feel it, but there's a lot of warmth coming toward me, and I would assume everyone in the group can feel it. And you can never forget the power of the fire of that which ignited your existence from long, long ago. So maybe not all of you, but there are those of you who have ignited that fire and given it a new life. And that is beautiful. That's very powerful. So I'm going to go. I don't need to give you anything more today. This has been pretty, I'm glad you really enjoyed this session. Thank you, Cavell. And tomorrow, we will do messages from Mother. So if you like today, make sure you hit the thumbs up. And I think everyone here is already subscribed. And we'll hope that everything grows. Everything in light. Many blessings to you.